News reports have stated that Emil Acido has committed to the UST Growling Tigers. So we're going to address on what kind of game does Emil Acido have, what are the strengths and weaknesses that he brings to UST. Is it possible that he's gonna have a good amount of playing time with the UST Growling Tigers or kulang? And what are the adjustments that he needs to make in order to play in the UAAP? Who is Emil Acido? So Emil Acido is a 6'3" guard slash forward, medyo tweener, who averaged 17.7 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, and 0.67 steals in the regular season. While sa playoffs, or rather sa NCAA Finals, he had numbers of 15.6 rebounds, 2.3 assists, 2.3 steals, shot 35% from the field, 30% from 3, and 48.5% from the line. So kung tatanungin nyo bakit wala akong nalagay na field goal percentage or free throw percentage or 3-pointers at the very least dun sa regular season, is because hindi available yung stats anywhere by GMA or NCAA. Come on, give us some stats. Now let's check what are the strengths and weaknesses of Emil Acido. So for his strengths, we can first check out here the underrated playmaking that he does back with Perpetual. Acido is a guy that's willing to do the extra pass or find the open man whenever he can. So remember Acido being the first option for Perpetual, you would think that he would dominate the ball. He would rarely kick it to his teammates, but no, Acido is actually a great teammate and has a great IQ for basketball. He will usually make the right play whenever he sees an outlet pass. He will make it whenever he would see a teammate that's wide open, who has created it for themselves, he will give it to them. And that's something that I loved about watching him, especially now in this video wherein I had to rewatch all of this in order to understand more on how he plays. What I realized as well with Acido is his 3-level scoring. Here we will focus on his inside and mid-range game. Here he has an end one, just dominating the guy that's been switched on to him. When it comes to the fast break, it looks like he has the speed to compete with the guards in the UAP level. The mid-range jumper is also something that he also hunts for. It's not just he shoots it just for the heck of it. Acido as well is aggressive. He doesn't care who's inside the lane, may it be a smaller guy or taller guy, as long as the lane is open. Checking his stats in the finals and in some games of the regular season, Acido shoots a lot of threes. May it be from spot up. Dito sa finals, karamihan ng mga tres niya spot up. And if he wants to excel in the UAP, wherein there are a lot of guards and wings that are actually his height, 6'2", 6'3", he needs to make this with consistency. Actually, the 30% from 3 is actually fine in the high school level, but if he wants to be serviceable in college, he could bump that up maybe to 32 to 33%. And that's something that I think would get him more playing time, get him more minutes in the rotation, because UST's rotation right now, or at least the players that they have right now, is loaded, in which we will check that out in a bit. Again, I mentioned that Acido averaged 2.3 steals in their games during the finals, but this is the only clip I can provide you guys. Kulang yung GMA sa clips when it comes to their players, so this is the best that I can provide you guys. So points of improvement for Acido is the kind of shots that he will be taking in the UAP. In the finals dito, he was marked. There's a reason why he averaged 35% from the field only. But I believe the regular season, after checking some few games, sinanat ko yung mga stat sheet, it's about 45% yung field goal percentage niya. Bumaba lang talaga sa finals, wherein iba talaga yung pagkatutok sa'yo ng depensa. Now, what he needs to improve here, from what I've seen, is just, again, sinabi ko na to kanina, the consistency from the 3-point line. There are a lot of times na wide open siya sa tres, hindi niya napapasok. He will need to improve his shooting if he wants to stay on the floor. Among many other things, right? The defensive intensity that Coach Pido and the coaching staff would love to see, efficiency that they expect from their players, and the free throw line. He averaged 48.5% from the free throw line in the finals. I think sa regular season, it was in the 60%. Again, as a guard in the UAP, or in general, if you want to make it to the pros, you have to bump that percentage up to 70% at least to be a serviceable guard. Again, the missed threes, kaya naman i-improve yan eh. You can do extra work, you can do that in practice. It's something na maayos. Hindi ko tulad ng parang broken jump shot or bad form that takes months to, that really takes a lot of adjustments. But Acido, I believe at 6'3", and with the skill set right now that we have seen from his high school days, can be translatable to the UAP. What are the adjustments he has to make in the UAP in order to excel? At 6'3", I expect Acido to play as a guard, a shooting guard, at the very most a small forward, because again, if he wants to move on to the pros, he has to play the guard position. Actually, at 6'3" sa UAP, pwede pa yan eh. You can dabble into being a wing. If his career trajectory is being a pro, he has to improve in being a guard and transition into being a shooting guard. So at 6'3", kaya pa yan, although a bit undersized pa nga eh, at the shooting guard position. Pero sa PBA, I've seen quite a few players that are 6'3", so I think he'll be fine. Anyway, in the UAP, the percentages, the efficiency has to go up, the 3-point percentage has to bump up, and the free throw shooting. He shot 48.5% in high school. That needs to improve since he has a full 5 years of eligibility. I think ma-maximize na yan. Just stay the course. Don't be discouraged if hindi siya makalaro. Take the growing pains and trust the process when it comes to your coaches. Question, can he play immediately with UST? That is the question that most people have maybe regarding Amil Acido, right? Hello. So nagpagupit ako and everything. New shirt, kung napansin nyo, is because yung previous recording ko, hindi na-record. Final 2 minutes na to. So anyway, let's continue. These are the players that he has to compete. So sa guards, Padriga, Paranada, Danting, Moore, Robinson. So wings, Cabanero, Andrews, Lemit, Lane, Pangilinan, Suba. So looking here dito sa guards, most likely ma-overtake ni Acido si Moore and Robinson. Pero pagdating na kay Danting, medyo mahirap na since ang advantage ni Ice Danting is because he's a veteran. He played in Fail Oil while Amil Acido has not done any of that yet. So wings naman, I think he could outplay Suba and Lane. Si Lane, again, hindi pa nagpapakita sa mga tournaments. Hindi rin ako sure kung nagpa-practice na si Lane. Because Bigs Pangilinan is actually playing well. Si Lemit, he could also play over him. And then sa Bigs, he's not gonna... hindi naman niya ka-compete yung mga Bigs na yan. All I'm saying is that Amil Acido could play realistically 10 minutes per game pagdating ng UAP season. And I think that is the best option. But if there's any injury, that's the only time he could exceed those 10 minutes unless, you know, he plays amazingly during the summer. Mababawi niya yung months that he has not practiced with any team. But yeah, yun lang naman. I believe that Amil Acido has the potential to become a great UAP player, maybe in his 3rd year or 4th year, and hopefully become a pro. I mean, 6'3", wing/guard. If he develops everything that I've mentioned a while ago and all the coaches that tell him on what he needs to improve on, then we got another great player on our hands. Let me know who you guys want na i-review ko or any topic. Yeah, peace.